All right. Welcome, everyone, to Fun with Flowers Holiday Decor. We're so excited to have you all here. A full house today. Aren't you excited? I am.
Yep.
Yeah, that's worth clapping for. All right. My name is Denise Reagan. I'm the Executive Director of the Garden Club of Jacksonville, and I'm here with my colleague, Daniel Stark, who is helping run this recorded part of the program that we will put on our blog later. But we're very, very thankful to have all this equipment. And part of that is because of Jesse Ball DuPont Fund, which gave us a very generous grant to do hybrid programs like this. So thank you to them. I'd also like to thank our Fun with Flowers chair, Martha Collins Davis, who is one of the people who checked you in. She can wave to you from back there. Hi, Martha. She's been very helpful in putting together great programs just like this one. And this is the promo part of my job where I talk you into all sorts of great things like supporting the Garden Club. We have a matching campaign going on right now. We started it, launched it on Giving Tuesday, which was Tuesday. We raised $10,000 on Giving Tuesday, which is pretty exciting. And every dollar that will be matched by the Jesse Ball DuPont Fund, but we have until the end of the year to raise a total of $25,000, and they will match every dollar of that. So if you have not given yet, you still have a chance. And so every dollar that you donate will be matched, and you can give a membership to a friend or just donate to make yourself feel good. Thank you for any support that you give us. And I know that many of you in this audience have already donated, and I'm very appreciative to every one of you. And I hope that you got a personalized video from me trying to sing. All right. If you want to do that, you can go to our website. There's a button on that, or you can scan this logo, and we'll make that available to you later as well. Now it's my very distinct pleasure to introduce Miranda Wilson from the Jacksonville Flower Market. Miranda has been in the wedding industry for 6 years after graduating from the University of Florida, go Gators, with a degree in event management. At Jacksonville Flower Market, she specializes in floral work on weddings, but also designs for corporate and other kinds of events. If you have questions for Miranda, please ask them at times that they will kind of prompt you, because they'll be doing lots of work in between answering questions. And if you have them, just raise your hand and they'll help you out. All right, so now I'm going to hand this over to Miranda, who will introduce some of her other colleagues here. So let me just stop sharing my screen for a moment and replace the spotlight. Miranda.
All right. Thank you so much, Denise. And thank you guys for all having us. We're very excited to teach such a big class. I'm going to introduce some of our colleagues, but first I want to tell you a little bit about who we are. We are Jacksonville Flower Market. We are located just 15 minutes away off Beach and South Side. Just to show of hands, how many guys have you guys stopped by before? Great. So a lot of people that haven't been by, we'd love to have you. So we are a huge wholesale florist. We do loose stems. We also do custom arrangements, deliveries, weddings and events. Just about anything you ask us to do, we can make happen. We also have the largest walk-in cooler. It's 2,000 square feet, so you guys can come in and shop all the loose flowers that you want. We are open 7 days a week, so there's always time to come and buy flowers. But today I have Trish with us. She's going to be our designer. She's been working in flowers for over 40 years. I like to call her our master designer because she knows all things. But she's going to teach you how to make a table garland, a wreath, and our arrangement later. I also have with us Shelly. She is the owner of Jacksonville Flower Market. She started this business 3 years ago, and she is the face of everything that we do. And then also I have Lauren, who's going to be assisting with us. She is also an event and wedding coordinator, just like myself. So she helps us plan everything, like doing these events for you guys. So if you'd like to get started, Trisha's going to show us how to make a table garland.
I showed this. This is the table garland here, the garland. Miranda, you can lift it up and just show it to them. When you go to our store, yes, honey. I'll let them do it. I can even come over to the side. I'll come over to the side. There you go. There you go. Well, this is how the pieces come when you come
This
to
is
our
what we are.
store. Buy by the bulk, buy by the stem. And I'm going to start with each end piece here, as you see. Everybody has their tools. Sometimes you wear gloves because of the cedar. But I start from one end and I start wiring to make the peaks here. And this is a cedar.
So what we're using for a lot of these arrangements is going to be the same flowers that are also in what you're going to make. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit of fun information about what you're using if you don't already know what they are. The cedar that she's using right now is called Port Oxford cedar. That's native and it's limited to Oregon and Northwest California, but we get it in a lot of times, mostly for Christmas. It smells obviously very floral like Christmas. It's also very sticky, like most of the other Christmas greens we're going to use. This yellow one that she has is Western cedar. So this is the most widespread in Pacific Northwest trees. It's also associated with Douglas fir and Western hemlock. Most places it grows at an elevation from sea range up to the mountaintops. So it can grow in forest, mountainsides, and lower by the water.
So when I start with the peaks here, I like to get a nice end started because you're going to have the two ends. You can make it small like this, smaller if you have a round table. You can make a garland for your entryway, or this is basically what you start with. You get wire and you just wrap it around and do a little twist, and that's going to start. And you keep adding. And I'm putting in spiral eucalyptus in this also, with the cedars and the seeded eucalyptus. It's very pretty for Christmas. And I just keep going on down, wiring. This one, I'll make it a little smaller than the big one there. And you can just start with a whole spool and just keep doing it, but I wanted to show you piece by piece. Because usually I just wrap it and keep going, but I'll go slow. Oh, sure, honey. There we go. There we go. There you go. And just keep intertwining however full you want it. The eucalyptus spiral usually comes in stems like this, so you get several pieces to use. And you can cut it however. If you cut off the tip here, you can use this whole part too for the other side.
A fun trick with spiral eucalyptus, I don't know if you guys do this, but a lot of people use it for aromatherapy. We get plenty of people that come in and just buy it by a handful, tie it around some string and hang it over your shower.
Yeah,
It's really great for your showers.
It is, it's nice.
How long does the eucalyptus
It
last?
usually lasts for weeks, and even when it dries, you can still smell it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get to a point now where I'm going to stop and start on the opposite end. And as I started on this end, I'm going to make it about this long here. And you can roll it around. You see how the base is going to be. And these are also nice to cut up into little pieces too, because you can fan them on top. And once you have your wire in there, also you can always later on fill it up to as fluffy as you like. Pardon me? Missed it, or you can go in the sink and dunk it, lay it on a towel. We also sell Crown and Glory at our place too, and that's really nice for greens and fresh flowers. And that helps preserve it also. Okay, let's get some eucalyptus in here. This is the messy part, is the eucalyptus is sticky. See how you can just stick however high you want it. You can even make it for your centerpiece. Oops. Okay, little berry.
Right, so now Trish is going to add in some berries. I know there's a bunch of different type of red berries you're probably familiar with. What she's using today is called a hypericum berry. They come in an assortment of different colors. So we're going to use red, obviously, because it's the holidays and we like to use our reds and our whites, but you can get them in whites and greens and peach and darker reds, almost a burgundy.
Okay, and usually I'll cut one. Let's do this in a different color. Let's do this in silver. I'll cut a piece long for like the piece that goes through the garland itself. And we usually have chenille stems. Purple one. You can cut it straight like this, or if you want to have it with the little tail, either way. And usually I'll wire one end, oh, did it backwards. And I'll put this on this end. I'll intertwine it. However much ribbon you want to put in it. Piece there. You can use chenille stems, wire, thin wire. You just wrap it around and twist it. It's like a pipe cleaner. Yeah. They have green, white, different colors. And of course, you know, everybody loves to make bows. So it's easy. Don't be scared. You just start. You bring it up and you just smush it in there together. And you just keep doing that. And then I call the middle, the little belly button, and do a couple more. And then we do the finish. I usually put a couple little tails. And you just stick it through the little belly button and pull it through like your wire like this. You have it all in your hand, and then you just twist. And then you got your pretty little bow. And then you, and then you stick that right there. Well, you know, practice makes perfect. That's what I tell the girls. And then you tie it here. I usually use chenille stems because it camouflages more, but we're just, and the same with this. You can cut the ribbon diagonal, or you can cut it the other way. And then I like to just do little twists with the ribbon around your finger and just make a little twist up. And those make it look really nice and pretty. And then you have your little centerpiece. Do we have any questions on this?
Nope, no questions. Has anyone ever made a garland before? No, fun. Okay, great. What she's going to show you how to make the wreath is going to be very similar. We make garlands, I feel like, every weekend. And Trish has done a lot of at least 20-foot garlands before, so she knows her stuff.
A lot of garlands. You might want to get me some more of this cedar for the garland. And there we go.
How long will the garland last?
If you keep it moist and dipped, pretty, I mean, during the hot, and it'll dry out a little bit also. I mean, I've had it stay through like Thanksgiving to like the 17th of December. And if I even water it, but if you dip it, it lasts pretty long. It's greens. And plus when it dries, yeah, it still looks pretty.
Something we commonly do with garlands, especially when we're doing like wedding garlands. A lot of people want to put flowers in them, which you can, but they won't last quite as long as your greens will. So we just water tube them. We have nice small green water tubes that just blend in, and you can poke them right into your garland. You won't even see them. That'll keep your flowers last longer, while your greens don't need as much.
Now on the wreaths, you can do it two different ways. As you're seeing this one over here, this one has been wired. It's just stems. It's no container or wire basket. This is just the thick stems. So you use every piece of the greenery.
I'm just gonna move it so we can see it on
Yeah.
the screen as well.
Oh, you want me to take it loose?
If you can.
Yeah, let's go. Wait a second.
So,
You can set it right.
did you want us to show the back again?
Oh, the back. There you go. Can you see it? Oh, they're trying to do it up on the screen. Yeah. Yeah, it's all stems. I use every part of the greenery. You can hang it back down there. I try to find thick stems to start the base. And see, that's why you use every part of your greeneries. I'll probably need some more of that cedar. So I've saved some of the stuff that I've used back here for it. So that way you don't waste anything. So I start with my frame. And this I'll just start wiring. I'll start with one end. I wrap around and then I do the opposite way. Go the other way. And then I start with my pieces. I twist it. Well, I'll come and show you. Say I'm wrapping it this way. I get this little stem here and I go back here and I go back the opposite way. Yeah, that way it'll stay. Like, see this piece here? Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'll come over there and show y'all. And say this piece here, I'm gonna go around this piece and then I'm gonna go the opposite way. And that'll keep it, yeah, in the shape. Yeah. So what I was showing them over here is, say I'm going this way and I'm going this way and I wrap around this piece and then I go the opposite way. Yeah. That gives you a lot of room to stick more greenery in too.
The question was what gauge wire?
I think this is 22. They come in all different. I believe this is 22.
And then if you could just do it one more time so the camera can see you.
Yeah. So you go around and then you go around this little loop and go the opposite way. Now I need to get some more stems to keep this going here. See how filled this is? I'm going to cut all the little stuff off because I'm trying to use the fat part for this for the frame. And I'll intertwine these little other pieces in at the same time. So here we go. We're going to go right here. And I want to add this to there. And the same thing, you go one way and then you wrap it around the little last piece of wood and then go backwards. Because it's gonna, that way when you want to bend it, yeah, you've got something to bend. Because sometimes you'll do this and it'll be square. And they're like, okay, what do I do now? See, but this way you can go like this and it bends. Yeah. I go anyway, whatever, like say I get some pieces and I'll add this way and I'll add this one this way. I'll go both ways. Yeah. But I try to intertwine a little bit of everything. Yeah. We'll start with this and then we'll start plugging different greeneries in because you can, like the eucalyptus, I'll go like this and I'll intertwine a couple pieces while I'm doing it. Plug it in there. See, like this, like this. It's a spiral. See, I'll just wrap this around and I'll keep going with my stem because I need to get it bigger than this. That's why it's good to have it on a spool. So you don't have to keep cutting it and go back and forth, back and forth. See how it's looking like a swag. But I'm going to get to this part and this is I'm going to see how big I want it. Well, let's see, just a little bit bigger. So let's go this way. I'm going to throw a few pieces of eucalyptus the other way. See that? Then I go forward and then go the opposite way. I slap you, I'm sorry. Yep. Oops, sorry. Yeah, see, look at this branch. So that's a lot. I'll leave a few on. And then we're going to go, let's see how big. A little bit this way. I left a few so that way it kind of blends in to where I'm wiring it. That way later on I don't have to add so much right there. I'll leave a little bit there because I'm going to intertwine that over to here. So I'll leave a little greenery so I don't have to stuff it so much. But when I'm going in through, like now where this fat part is here, I'll lift up a little bit and stick the wire through it because I don't want to smash down all the pretty greens. So I'll go a little, every once in a while, I'll go in and out because it looks pretty when it hangs. And like this is a straggler, so I'm going to go go a little wire around this one. And now we're going to get to where we're going to hook it together here. I'm going to leave a little wire loose here and get my shape where I want it. See what I told you about? Sometimes it looks square. Yeah. Happens to the best of us. But what's good about it, you add a piece of thick stick to it. You know that this is going to bend a little better. So I'm going to add this. That's why I save all of it. Because that's your frame. Because you can buy a frame and the metal frame, and you just lay it in there and just do the same thing. And the back side will be flat and you'll have, the front side pretty. But this is like all the way through it. Okay. Let's get me some more water. There we go. Now, let's connect this baby. And I'll get this piece of wire. I'm going to turn it around here and twist it real tight so it stays in place. And then I'll wrap it a couple times. And then I'll get where I want it to be, like so. And you do the same, go one way and then go the opposite way. I've been doing it for over 45 years. Won't tell you my age, but yeah. And then I just go back. And this is when we start filling it in. So here's our wreath. You have little stragglers, you'll probably have to stick in wire, but that's going to be the shape. I'll lay it down here, and this is when you start filling in. And that's why these little pieces are so nice, because you just cut them where you want, and you stick it in that wire that we've been going back and forth with. And the same with the eucalyptus. I'll stick those next.
This is the third time I've seen a wreath making workshop, and I've never seen one done this way. So I don't know
Really?
if it's just because I'm a total novice.
Well,
this
that's
is
good.
Fascinating, fascinating.
Well, it's nice to use all the pieces just because it smells so good. I mean, why waste the stem when, you go to the store and buy all those air fresheners to smell like this, and you got it right here. Fill in here, and then I'm going to go eucalyptus next. I had some pine in this one, but I don't think I brought the pine. Did I bring any pine?
I have some extra pine in the back.
Maybe a couple pieces of pine, maybe 3, so I can get it. See how it's starting to fill in? That's for the arrangement. And the eucalyptus is really nice to finish. See how this you can cut it into little pieces. And those fit really nicely in here. We're going to find where I want to put the bow. I think I want to put the bow up here. So I'm going to fill in down here more than up top. I'll have that dangling like that. Yeah, the pine is easy to do too, because that's the fluffy stuff here. You do the same too with the eucalyptus, with the pine, with the cedar. You just cut it in little pieces, intertwine with your wire. You just tell me if I need to speed up. Okay.
So this is our third type of greenery we've got so far. That's also going to be in the arrangement that you're making. This is called Princess Pine, also known as club moss or ground pine. Great for doing garlands, wreaths, roping, green. It's got a unique texture that's a little bit different than all the cedars. So this one's a little more pokey and long, whereas that cedar is nice and flat. Still smells great, just like all of our other Christmas greens.
Okay. So you can make it fatter than you, however thickness you want. So one more piece down here. Yeah, it's definitely one-sided, or if you're doing it on the table, it's still one-sided, yeah. Unless you've got a door that's glass on both sides, all you do is you fill this side in and then you go around here and fill the other side. Yeah, basically that'll be easy. No, because when you go backwards, back and forth, it leaves spaces to where you can stick it in. I mean, there's one place tight and then you keep going. That's the loose part. So I'm going to put the bow on the top, and here's basically your wreath. And then let's do, I think I have a red. I'll just do a gold. And we do the same thing here. You can do it, wrap it around. Let me get some wire here. Oops. I'm not used to this mic.
Here's your spoon.
Oh, thank you. And you do the same here. You just wrap the wire, twist it really nice and tight. Or you can just tie it onto one of the tree limbs and start wherever your bow is going to be and wire that in. And you just go intertwine. You got a vacant spot, you just put your little bow in there, your ribbon. Hopefully it looks good from that way. I'm doing it backwards, so. And let's wire it. And you intertwine that there. And now we'll make a bow. See, I know you got all this down packed right now, right? Go home and cut down the neighbor's tree and make a wreath. This is nice when we use the wired ribbon too, because even if you make a mistake, you can fix it just by fluffing it. I want to cut it because it likes to get tangled. There we go. And then you go with your, next is the little belly button. Just wrap it around your thumb. Hold it, just hold it like you're, because it all goes right into your hand. Let's see if I have the Chanel stem, that green Chanel stem. I think I used it up here. If not, it's right here. I used it for the sign. first one. And this is a Chanel stem.
This one, white.
Okay, let's do white. Sorry, I'm breathing again. Move it down there. Yeah, they have white, pink, black. And then I usually cut a few tails because I like the dangling tails. And you just get your Chanel stem, stick it through the little belly button, grab it all the way through where you're holding it in your hand. See, everything's in your hand. See, all that's in your hand. Pull it tight, twist, and then you just shape however. This is what's so nice of the wire. So you make it. And then for the tails, you can use a pencil or a piece of, whatever that's long and skinny, and just make your little curly tails like that. Or if you like to cut it with like the other one over there. And you can make the hook for your door too with the Chanel stem too. That way don't scratch your door. And you always too, like on the backside, if there's a lot of wire, if you have a glue gun, you can get those things you put under the chairs and stuff, and put like 4 and just glue it to the back. Well, it slides so it won't scratch your windows or whatever your doors. And then we're going to hook that right there. And fluff it up. And you can add pine cones. You can add berries. I mean, you can do a little bit of anything. Like you can add status, because status dries really nice. You can add status, berries, anything that dries. And I think we have picks, but if you want to attach it, say you don't have it, you just get the wire and you just wrap it around the base like that and just twist it. And then you have your wire to wrap it however you want in your arrangement. You can do that either way, pick or wire. You have pine cones in the backyard. That's nice to do. And these here, like that one there, I just picked them in because I did it real fast. But you can pick these in and just cut off the whatever's left over on the backside. Stick it anywhere. And there you go. That's a wreath. We'll put this over here.
Take it.
We can just lay it over there on the counter. So what are we doing now? Well, let me describe our Christmas trees. We sell these at our store. We make hundreds of them during Christmas. We have all different designs. We have wooden boxes. We have the gold. We have the ones just in the loamy dishes this is a loamy dish where we start making them and we build it. This is built for a tree. This, we poke all the greenery. Different flowers. You can do it with fresh. You can do it with beads or balls or whatever you want to put in it. But this is one of the ones we sell for Christmas. It's really nicely done. They start anywhere from $59.99 on up to like $100.
Yeah, so if you go on our website, flowersofjacksonville.com, there's a tab that says Christmas. You can see all of our Christmas arrangements. This one will be on there. Its name is The Magic of Christmas Holiday Christmas Tree. Or flower Christmas tree. And everything has typically 3 sizes: a standard, deluxe, and premium. So they just get bigger as you go. And even if you wanted to do something like this at home, we sell all the supplies at our store as well. So you could come in and buy your loamy dish, your oasis, your vase, and then all of the greens that you want and go home and build it yourself too.
This takes a little time to learn. Do we have enough time before they go on break to show them how to do the bow? I can go around and show them.
Yeah, I think you want to demonstrate the piece that they're going to make. Yeah.
With the, over time for the piece that they're going to make now?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if we were doing a break in between.
No.
Okay, then we'll start right to the gusto here. It's oasis. That's this oasis here. No, we just have a block right there, and we make the shape. Yeah, I usually start from the bottom and work my way up. Yeah. Well, this is what we're gonna be making. This is the finished product. Do you want me to make it while they're at their tables or just before? Okay, that way I can go around and help. Okay, this is what the finished product, what we're doing today. This can get right out of the way. We're gonna start with a loamy dish. That's what this is. And we have our candle, and you'll see that you'll have a piece of tape at the table. And there's 2 picks. And this just to set it to where it's not going to move around too much. You can take the candle out and move it to whatever room and put the candle back in anytime. But what I do is I'll wrap a little tape around the one stem here, and then I'll go around all the way and get a little bit on this side here. Basically, it's just to hold it in 2 places. And it looks like so. It's not really sturdy. But once you stick it in the oasis, it'll stay right there. Yeah, I got it kind of cockeyed, but I'll fix it when I design. We're gonna start with the leather leaf.
Okay. I'm sure you guys have seen leather leaf before. It's commonly used in just about everything that we make. Very versatile, but we're gonna use it today to hide most of your oasis before we start adding in our greens.
And I usually use a knife, so y'all have scissors. And basically, I'll try to start around the bottom because we've got Christmas greens in your bundles there. But this is to make sure you cover up all your base. So I'll start cutting the pieces. You can probably get like 3 to 4 pieces out of one leather leaf. And I'll just go around like this. You'll see the leather leaf like this. I'll cut it, or you snip it with your snippers. I'll show you there. You can just snip it. You got the piece, and you just stick it in your oasis. Snip and stick. Probably should show with the scissors so you see. And this one is pretty full, so I'll go and I'll stick a little piece over here and kind of camouflage the base there of the candle. Plus that kind of holds the candle in place too. So basically we get to this point and see how it's already greened a little bit. And this is one thing too, once your greenery is still alive and the leather leaf is starting to wilt, you can just pop this out and just put a new leaf in, down the line. We'll go with our cedar next. Used it. No, here it is. This is a wild one. Give me another wild, it's wild. It's a lot. There we go. So our cedar, you'll have a little bit bigger than this. But this is, you can cut it at notches. See how it's like so many, and it still looks pretty. So you just start wherever you have little places, a hole there. I like to go down low and just bring it up to the flow. But you use every inch of your cedar because, it smells good, and plus it fills in. And I just go all the way around, just keep turning it around. And you keep sticking it. How many pieces do we have in each one?
2 pieces of
2
cedar,
pieces.
3 pieces of leather leaf.
Well, this was one piece that I'm using, and I'm gonna just show you that you can do it just with one piece too. I think the other one was too big. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Pine. This is the same pine.
Yeah, it's the
I
same
think I
process.
used this for my wreath. I stole. There we go. There's our pine's the same way. It's got little notches where you can cut. See, and then that's one piece. And then you go 2 pieces, 3 pieces. You can cut, and it's you can stretch that stem really easy. So you don't have to use a big piece. You just cut it down. And then you just go around sticking it in. And I like to have it to where it sticks up with the flow. And here we go. Another piece. And we'll do, we have Equilibrius. Got it all messed up here.
Western cedar still.
Yeah, we'll do the Western cedar. This beautiful yellow stuff. Yeah, I think I stole from that
You
too.
might have.
I like to put that up top so you can, the color wise, you can see it. Sometimes the stem is temperamental. You have to hold it and then stick it in. And then the other cedar. This. See the notches? This is a nice piece. And you can see right now it's already filling up, and I'm not even using all the stuff that we have. And then we have our juniper, which some people love it and some people hate it. Because some of the times it doesn't smell as good as this one does. You know what I mean?
All right, so fun facts about juniper berries. I'm sure you guys are all very familiar. They're very fragrant. They're in a lot of perfumes and lotions and whatnot. The juniper berry is a female seeded cone produced by various species of junipers. It's not actually a berry, and you should not eat it, but people do use it for spices and whatnot. It's very bitter, generally, if you are going to use it that way. These are normally grown in North America. Yeah, most of the time, spice for looks, for smell, but not actually to like bite down and eat on.
Some of them you do. There we go. See, there we go. We're filling in, and we're going to go with the berries next.
So that's our hypericum that we already used in our wreaths and our table garland. So we're going to have 3 types of berries in this arrangement.
Sometimes the berries, they'll have like a little notch where you can get 2 pieces out of it. Plus the greenery is pretty too. So you can cut and use the greenery also. And then you just float these babies around. Okay. Kind of a bit more here. Huh?
She said you're making it look so easy.
It is. I'll be coming around helping you. Is it only 2? Is it 2 or 3?
Hypericum is 3.
3? Okay, well, gee, this is going to be nice and full then. I think it's 3 of these babies. There we go. And then we have our mini carnations. And as you see, this has lots of little stems. So I usually cut it to where I'm going to use every one of them and spread it around.
I'm sure you guys are familiar with carnations. These are just a different variety. They have several heads on them, just like your rose and your spray rose. They're very long lasting. Lots of people like to use them because they do go a little further than the average flower, and they come in an assortment of colors. So if you come in our cooler, you'll see just about the rainbow worth of mini carns.
Lots of cards. See, this is going to go far. And then we have our holly. And I know I probably stole for something else, because usually I think y'all got two pieces
Yeah,
on
they
it.
have two each.
Y'all have two, so I'll just go with one.
Fun fact about holly, their plants actually grow either male or female. So if you see bushes that have the berries on them, that would be your female plant. And the ones without it would be the male species. Obviously, we like to use the female kind because that's what we have all of our Christmas decorations with. They're also super sharp and pointy on the leaves. The reason being is the plant grows that way to deter animals from eating it. But the way the tree works is that actually toward the top of it, they get a little softer. So less going after it.
Okay, and we've got our status. This also comes in different colors. We have purple, white, pink, peach, a little bit of everything. Status. Yeah. There's all kinds of status. There's German status. There's a lot of status. And this will be the finished product. And if you want to do ribbons or bows or pine cones, this has got 2 pine cones. You just pop those babies in there where you need it. And you could do like, at home, if you got any scraps from wrapping presents, you can just go and make a little, just like this, and get a piece of wire and just pop it in there. You have balls, broken balls that don't have to put on the tree, just hot glue them to a pick, and then you just stick them in there like that, and then just fluff it up, and then you can add a little color to whatever you're doing in your house. How's that? Everybody good? So now, whenever y'all are ready, tell me when to start, and I'll come around. We'll have the girls around, and we'll come and help you out. Wait,
Oh, hold on a second.
wait.
1 moment, please.
What?
Please sit back down. We've got a couple of
Got a
ending
couple more
messages for
things.
you. Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Got y'all excited. Sorry.
But I would like to give the folks from Jacksonville Flower Market a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. They will be here to help you throughout your projects. But before we go, I just want to share their contact information once again. And they may have some cards or something here too, but they're easy to find at jacksonvilleflowermarket.com. Their telephone number and Miranda's email, weddings@jacksonvilleflowermarket.com. But they do all sorts of events, not just weddings. So definitely look them up, and because this is a great example of the kind of work that they do. All right, I want to remind you that we are doing a raffle of the items that they made during today's demonstration. So if you haven't bought a raffle ticket, this will be available to purchase before and during and after your make and take portion of the program. And we'll do the raffle, let's say we'll do it at 11:45. All right, so countdown to 11:45. Want to remind you that we have pecans for sale. Pecans just came in right before Thanksgiving. And so if you did not order those ahead of time, or you need some more, we always do, then please see the desk where you checked in, and we'll be happy to help you. Let's see.
I've got one more thing.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
So she was saying we do have cards there by each of your stations. What they are is a trade your grace card. It does have all of our information on it, but it's basically a nice coupon for you guys. If you have any extra vases at home, just bring them in and we'll trade you $10 worth of free flowers, and you can pick out whatever you'd like. Come see our store, walk through. Trish will probably be there. You can meet some of our designers and kind of see some of the arrangements that we have there.
That's a great deal. All right. Then also want to let you know about the next Fun with Flowers. It will be in March. Gorgeous greens. So you've seen some really great demonstrations that feature greens, but we have Bonnie Mellon from Ruby Red's Floral and Garden, who will be here on March 10th. So if you have not already registered for that, get that in, because there will not be 2 classes for that. That will be an evening only program. But we're really looking forward to that.
We had a question over here. We are located off of the intersection of Beach and Southside. It's just about 15 minutes.
Next to Wawa's. Yeah.
What was that? No, ma'am. Anybody can come in. You can buy loose stems in wholesale, or you can shop arrangements that are pre-made, buy supplies. If you know that you need like a big amount of loose stems, you can pre-order. Otherwise, you can just pick out a couple here and there, however many you need.
We're wholesale prices. It's not
And
just
I'm
for
sure they'll be
wholesale.
happy to answer your questions later. I just want to get through this so that everybody can start working. If you have not ever been to a designer distinction, you should definitely check this out. It will be January 27th next year. Eileen Tongson, who's from Orlando and has an amazing company called Farm Gal Flowers, and she's about farm to table flowers. You've heard about farm to table food. She's about homegrown flowers, which she uses in beautiful designs, just like the one she's holding. So please check that out. We have a Luminaria festival coming up. Riverside Avondale Luminaria Night is a fantastic evening, and we have a great party going on that night. So that's December 12th. And we have a budding gardeners program, which is sort of a make and take program in and of itself. That will be doing projects that you can make with your child and take home, all about using natural products. So that is on December 11th. And our next horticulture corner program is next week, and it is about soil health with Alan Skinner, who works with White Harvest Farms to grow amazing vegetables like these carrots. So if you want to grow amazing things, amazing vegetables, amazing flowers, it's all about the health of your soil. So check that out. That's December 7th. I want to remind you that all of our programs, we really want your feedback. And so you'll be getting a survey in your email. You can also use this QR code to scan it with your phone or on the screen here and fill out the survey. We really want to hear from you. We want to know how we're doing and also get your suggestions for programs in the future. Once again, I want to thank the Jessie Ball DuPont Fund for their help. And I want to thank all of you for being here, and my colleague, Daniel, and all of the folks here from Jacksonville Flower Market. And it's now time for you to go and make. Have a great time.